Somebody's sick. Somebody's sick, and where's that camera? Which one is the camera lens? That one? I'm not sure. I recorded, I recorded 2 videos on my Nintendo DS, and I randomly posted them, and I wanted to make a Fruitarian blog, but now, here it is. I just wanted to say a few things, okay? I'm not trying to cause a bunch of trouble. This is just a travel blog or whatever. Bruce Lee. That's who I want to start with. I think Bruce Lee is a good example. When you look at Bruce Lee's diet, what does Bruce Lee eat? Bruce Lee eats chicken. Bruce Lee eats a bowl of noodles, some rice. He eats a few vegetables, and he eats fruits. And that's all he eats. He doesn't change. Another example to me is Yuji Krishnamurti. I don't know how to speak Sanskrit. Or do I? Maybe I know every language. Because their diets have philosophy imbued into them. So we pay a hockey player $1 billion, or however much you pay them nowadays. I'm just a funny guy, right? Wrong. It would be hard to know. It would definitely be hard to know today, since I just started today. Today I decided I'm going to be a fruitarian. I have to be one. I can't waste my life. I can't wait any longer. Can I? Can I? I can't right now. So obviously, there's probably a blockage somewhere. I think it has something to do with smoking. My personal belief system is pro-philosophic, anti-philosophic. Anti-philosophy, pro-philosophy. So there's a way to say anything. And there's a time and there's a place to say it. I said, gee, my God, that must be the camera right there. I was trying to find it. What these people share with you is beautiful. It starts with you can put it 2 types of ways, or you can put it various types of ways, but the way I put it is that I have a white walls. The walls are white naturally, and so therefore my dress or my clothing will be black, right? To make you feel good at home in the video. But there's no such thing as a video at all. That's what I noticed. I noticed that very quickly. I think people knew that right away, that the video doesn't exist. Otherwise, it would be a black backdrop with a white garment. So there's childhood, there's adolescence, and then there's an old man. And those three transitions, don't get me wrong, are beautiful. But when it comes to saying what you mean at that moment, then I would have to work in my life to get that black backdrop, and so that I can wear my white hair properly in front of you. Maybe that's just my new philosophy. So when I say philosophy, what I mean is an idea. And ideas can appear very lucid, but they don't hold any real significance for me. When it comes to these blogs, if I was doing a movie, if I was doing a travel show, then that would be a completely different thing. If I was doing a documentary, or if I was being filmed somewhere. You might notice throughout the ages, many mystics and different people have come out from the blue. They are always different. They're always particular with what they have to say. They're always intelligent, and they're all saying something. What I notice about so-called enlightened people is they always say that you or me and that confuses my brain, that confuses my mind when they say me, or they point at me, and they say something about me in a context when they say, oh, a human being, a person, or what have you, and the list goes on and on and on and on. That's why I'm sharing this video with you, or whoever is watching. I'm sharing this video to eat my breakfast. Want to see? You want to see? So this is what I got. This is the body I got. I know it doesn't seem like much, but it will be. It will be one day. All I have to do is work out, I know. I have a big bicep. And I have big muscles. Fruitarian is slim. Being fruitarian means staying slim. And one is a good example. Another example that I would use, the diet of an N1 person is like Lupe Fiasco. He eats 5 cheeseburgers, 7 Polish sausage, 8 bowls of guts, and then he goes on stage and he dances it all away. He dances and he yells and sings it all away. So an N1 person, to me, means embracing what you have. What you have is meat, and the story of Lupe Fiasco is a compelling one to me because of that reason. A lot of people feel the same way, that that meat is an addiction, or meat creates an addiction inside the human. And right there, in the conversation, I'm saying something to you. The meat creates a philosophy for the human to adjust to all the beauty that there is in the world. That doesn't mean the universe, because a human being can't survive on other planets. The human being can't survive in the universe. So in that way, I don't believe in any aliens. I don't believe in any of the jargon or the mumbo jumbo that there is on the internet. I had been reading a blog. Okay. His name was A. Lee. Similar to Bruce Lee, who was my idol, not growing up. Let me tell you, I never had one. I don't have an idol. So that's it. I didn't idolize anything. But if I say that, does that mean that I'd ever really idolized? Sorry, I'm just eating my breakfast and I'm mumbling a bunch of stuff because I don't know how to do a blog. So you'd have to forgive me. I'm not trying to get famous. Oh my God. I'm not trying to get famous. I'm just trying to do art. So if this counts as art, then let's look into it. My physical attributes. The fruitarian's body looks small, tiny, but at the same time, from my transitions, than what it usually is as the meat eater, my body is strong, my body is lean, my body, when it flexes, turns bigger than the meat eaters. Why? Look at Bruce Lee. Look at Yuji Krishnamurti. Look at an N1 player. Look at Lupe Fiasco. What do those 4 people have in common? A small body comfortable being skinny, but at the same time maintaining that alpha male attitude and presence. And I'm confident that any one person, or maybe not anyone and one player at all, maybe just the philosophy of it. Maybe just me. Maybe it's just me. That's how I'll put it. It's just me. But when you see a skinny person and he's confident, and you see a big, huge, grown-up grump like Goosebumps or whatever his egg is. What's his name? Tom Hanks. You know Tom Hanks? You know Tom Hanks, that movie? The one with the eagle dust? Whatever his name is? Yeah, he's like that big... I saw him in the airport yesterday. He's like this... Oh, I see lots of people at the airport. I was sitting with... what's his name? That guy from... Ricky. From Trailer Park Boys. I was sitting with the Ricky. And... right there. Anyways, the story goes like this. There's this huge black guy, and he's in prison. And he's big, gigantic, but he's gentle and he's calm and melodic, right? That's because he ate so much meat, because he believed that he was supposed to, and he got huge, like you're supposed to. Because if you think about it, there are kids who work out and they get huge muscles. And there are teens who work out and can get huge. But they're so stressed out with all the school and homework that they don't. But let's say in this movie, the story goes, there was someone who worked out so much that he kept working out, and then he wound up in prison. Huge, dark brown man. Now you feel a bunch of presence from... Some people do. Me, myself, I'd never in my life ever called anyone the N-word. I barely even thought the N-word at all. Because looking at art, meditation, compassion, having empathy, from what I was being taught, what was being taught to me, even whether it was a lie or not, depends on you. Depends on your philosophy. So, if it depends on meat, and it depends on meat's philosophy, oh shoot, I gotta plug in my phone. If it depends on meat's philosophy, you know what? Between you and me, I believe that meat has a philosophy. Can you believe that? I believed it when I first met an enlightened being. I was very young, and he was eating kimchi in my kitchen. I don't know who this guy was, but there's always people in my house growing up, and there was this old Korean karate master. He was in my kitchen, and he had two orange nails. And I walked up to him, and I looked at his nails. And I was awestruck by his nails. And so he brought me to, I think he could tell that I was a little bit shy, because his nails were orange and I thought he was some kind of demon. No, really, he had been smoking so much that his nails turned orange. I couldn't understand. He took me to the front lawn and taught me karate and that's how I became a karate expert. I studied Taekwondo and I did a roundhouse kick the first time. I spun 360. The teacher or the instructor said to us, "This is what a roundhouse kick is." Can anybody tell me or show me what a roundhouse kick is? I got up in front of an entire auditorium and I spun, I jumped and I spun 360 with a kick. And it just came out of me from my intuition because that's what I thought a roundhouse kick was. I didn't know what Taekwondo was. Nobody had taught me before. I had learned karate only. And in karate, what I knew was punch like this. A normal basic kick, a side kick. Every type of kick. So when I saw Taekwondo and I had been watching a bunch of kung fu movies, I thought that's what a roundhouse kick was. Now, mind you, I don't have the internet yet. I'm a child and might not have even had a computer at that time. I can't remember. Yeah, I'm getting a little bit off topic because I'm showing off how I thought Koreans were cool. No, I was telling you how there's a philosophy in the meat. So I believe that there is a philosophy in the in cigarettes, in tea, in plants, in vegetables, and I believe that all the things in the world, even poison, want I don't know how to explain it. I think there is a God. I believe in God. I believe in God. But like Bodhidharma says, the mind, to have the mind means that somehow the mind is some kind of thing. I don't know. All these Zen haikus and all this stuff, I don't understand. But what I do know is this. Like what I'm trying to say, I don't know how to explain it. In the universe, I believe that there's a God. I don't know why, because I think that when I eat meat, I think it's trying to teach me something. Now, I saw a honeybee, and I thought it was trying to teach me something with its stinger. Until I got stung. Because I took a honeybee, a dead one, and I touched it on the stinger, and it stung me. And I thought, this honeybee is dead and it still stung me. That's because that's its function, right? So I don't think that the human being's function is to kill animals at all. And I think that's what meat teaches you too. The meat teaches you to calm down and pray for that animal that you had eaten and pray for its life, to guide him in the right direction in his life. Now, we can't all be perfect. Yes, we can. Yes, we can. Obama says yes, we can. And that's why I would vote for him. Sorry. But to create a public commotion usually it is the popular thing nowadays, right? So Obama, black people, I never said the word nigger in my life, especially on a video. But I'm thinking about it now that I'm getting like, I don't know, I'm getting like all emotional because I think becoming a fruitarian is really a big thing. It's a big thing to me. Especially when I found out that the highest the most popular meditation practitioners actually are meat eaters. Can you believe that? So I said, damn. Well, I don't mind. I didn't mind. I don't mind that. But it shook me. So much so that I went unconscious. I was lying down on my bed. And my mind went so crazy that I went unconscious. What that means is, basically, my whole life my mind's been very clear. And then when I found out that all the meditation people and all the doctors and the police officers are eating meat, I said, shoot, that's not good. Because who is the one speaking? Is it me? Or maybe I shouldn't even show you this. This is my watch, by the way. I bought it in a Chinese store downtown. Do you know that? Apparently everyone knows that. I wonder why. I tend to use different imagery to try to explain a story. And all that ties into the idea of what I'm trying to explain to you is that I believe that the Green Mile, the movie The Green Mile, meant that there's this guy and he's full of all these ego dust, or I don't know what it is. All this stuff comes out of him, and that means that he had learned the lesson that meat had been trying to teach him. But the thing is, it was too late. It's too late. That I'm in prison now. I'm so big. Meat made me violent, and I wound up in prison with this huge body. But I still laugh and I'm still happy because when I look in the mirror, you know, I'm handsome, my muscles are big. possibly that's the only attractive person in the whole entire movie industry. I mean, to me, when I look at it, when I look at this guy, what an attractive man means to me is that he knows why he's there. He learned his lesson. He knows why he's there, and it shows. It shows on his face. It shows in his life. It shows in his attitude. So he had learned his lesson, what Mead had taught him, that he's still laughing, but they are tears of pain because he's stuck in a prison for whatever he had done, because he had eaten all of that meat and he had worked out to be a huge, what are they called, bodybuilder. Now, I had experimented with bodybuilding myself, and in 1 month, I was bigger than everyone around. In 1 month, without creatine, without anything, just I had a protein powder with carbohydrates, like the doctors tell me, and I worked out like the doctors told me, and like my French teachers told me, and my weight class told me, my fitness class, which was compulsory, in high school. It was a compulsory thing. I live in Canada, so in Canada the compulsoryism compulsoryism. Do you get my point here? It's that I think that all the language was made by people who eat meat, and so therefore you and I have to break our own egos, and to do that we have to be attractive. And there's 2 ways to be attractive, right? So when I was transitioning into a bodybuilder, which what I was going to do, I was going to be as big as the Green Mile. You know, Forrest Gump. I was going to go, not Forrest Gump, Tom Hanks. Right? Tom Hanks. Now I was going to stop